Hi gorgeous, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel. As you can tell by the title, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my tips and tricks on how to score paid brand deals as a micro, nano, basically a small creator, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to be giving you guys my tips and the things that I do as a micro, nano, small creator, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be giving you guys my tips about how I get paid brand deals and how I monetize my social media as a small creator. So if you're interested in that and getting any of my tips, make sure you stick around because we're going to get right into the video. Okay, so tip number one is the one that we have heard thousands and thousands of times, the one that nobody wants to hear, but it is actually the most important, and it is consistency. Yes, consistency, consistency, consistency. I know we hear that word constantly as content creators, but it is absolutely the most important thing that you can do is be consistent. And why is that so important? If you are looking to work with brands, how do you think the brands are going to find you, sis, if you ain't posting? How? Where do you think that they're going to just magically come knock on your door and say, hey, are you a content creator? Do you want to work with us? No. You have to be posting. You have to be posting consistently. The more that you post, the more eyes get on your posts, your work. The more people see it, the more people are likely to share it. The more some of those people may be brands, okay? Also, consistency is important because brands want to know that you're working. They want to know that if they tell you that they need deliverables by a certain date, you're already actively working. So that if they tell you that they need something, they know that you're going to be able to turn that work around. If you haven't produced content in 2 months, that shows brands that you are not actively working at the time, so they are not going to reach out to you for work. Tip number 2 is going to be make brand worthy content, okay? So you want to make quality content, and quality does not necessarily mean that it needs to be perfect, but you do want to make sure that your content looks good. You want to make sure that your pictures are clear. You want to make sure that your videos are clear. You want to make sure that they are on brand for you. And my biggest tip is to think of your ideal brand and whatever brand that may be, and look at their page and see the type of content that they post, the type of creators that they work with, and create content that aligns with that, if that is truly the brand that you want to work with. Of course, you want to make it your own, stay within your niche and the things that your brand pillars, but your personal brand pillars. But also, you want to make brand worthy content, making sure that your call to actions are there, making sure that your captions align with the things that you are trying to portray. So keep that in mind, that making brand worthy content is also something that brands are going to look for and say, hey, we really like the way that her photos look. We really like the way that she's utilizing Reels right now. We really like her YouTube videos. We like all of that. So we would like her to represent our brand, because that is basically what you're doing when you are working with a brand, is you are representing that brand. And of course, tip number 3 is going to be slide in the DMs. Yes, it goes down in the DMs. Do not be afraid to pitch yourself. Slide in the DMs. Look up the brand on LinkedIn. This is another tip that I had, and look for their social media manager. Reach out to them. Ask them how to reach their social media manager. Email that person. Let them know that you want to work with them. Let them know that what it is that you do. Slide in the DMs. Do not be afraid of rejection. I mean, the most they can say is no. If they say no, you're no worse off than you are now. You're right back where you are. But do not be afraid to pitch yourself. Slide in the DMs. I cannot express that enough, because a lot of times brands may not see you. I mean, brands get hundreds of thousands of posts and tags and some millions, okay? You may not be seen. So make sure that you are putting yourself out there. Make sure that you are making yourself stand out. And one of those ways is to slide in the DMs and be personal, be yourself, be professional. Don't slide in like, hey, I want to work with y'all. Be professional. Pull up, there are like 1,001 like pitch templates on Google, on YouTube, TikTok, wherever. You can pull up pitch templates to pitch yourself to brands and let them know that you are interested in working with them, what it is that you can do for their brand, and make sure that it's a mutually beneficial brand deal. And when you are pitching yourself, that is probably my biggest advice with pitching yourself. Tip number 4 is going to be, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. And by that I mean, do not only focus on one social media platform. I know that right now Instagram is probably the biggest platform for brand deals, but it's not the only way to get brand deals. YouTube, of course, you can get sponsorships through YouTube videos. TikTok is becoming one of the most prevalent brand deal platforms, places that you can get brand deals, and I'm hearing that actually they're pretty like good over there, and they come a little bit faster because you have to do like a little, you know, not as much work. So I'm kind of digging that. I will say I have not had any brand deals off of TikTok yet, but I also am not very active on there. Most of my brand deals have come from Instagram, and I've had a couple on YouTube, but I haven't really had anything on TikTok. But I do have friends who are getting brand deals off of TikTok, and I am loving that for them. So make sure that you are not putting all of your eggs in one basket. Also, know that certain content works better on certain platforms. So of course, long video content works best on YouTube. If you are able to batch create, make sure that you are batch creating content for YouTube, taking that and generating it into a reel, taking that and generating it into a TikTok, because while you may not be able to get a sponsorship off of YouTube, someone on TikTok or a brand on Instagram may see that and say, hey, we really like that, we want to work with her. So make sure that you're not putting all of your eggs in one basket. And that kind of takes me into the next tip, which is make sure that you're using the latest features on each social media platform. And this is extremely important. I think that I realized that this was so important when Reels came out, because that's all brands want now. They want a reel. They know that Reels are able to reach so many more people, and especially as a very small creator, you're only reaching so many people with a still photo. But with Reels, I mean, your Reels can reach like hundreds of thousands of people. So that's all brands want now. They want Reels. They want video content. Video content is pretty much taking over every single platform, from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram, all those platforms that used to just pretty much be like still photos or captions. Video content everywhere. So make sure that you are tapping into all of the latest features. Make sure that you are using shorts on YouTube. That is another thing that is able to reach a lot more people. Make sure that you're tapping into all those new features, using everything that pretty much the IG lives, pretty much anything that the platform puts out new, brands are going to want to see people use, because when social media platforms create new features, they want people to use them, and when people use them, they're going to push them more. So that means that more people are going to see the content, and that is exactly what brands want. They want more people seeing their products, seeing their brand. If you are using the latest features, then more than likely brands are going to want to work with you. Number 7 is going to be fan out on the brand. And what I mean by that is fan out on brands that you use authentically. So if you have a favorite mouthwash or a favorite face wash or a favorite flat iron, tag it, post it, rave about it, because you're using it anyway. Why not tell people about it? Fan out on the brand. If the brand sees that you like their brand or their product authentically and without being paid for it, they're going to love that. They will reach out to you. I have gotten PR from so many brands, and I know that's not payment, but I have gotten PR from so many brands because just simply by authentically using their product and sending it to out to my followers and saying, hey, I love this, really like it, you guys should try it. Brands slide in my DMs and say, hey, we love that you love this, let us send you more. I've had brands say, hey, we love that you love this, let's work together. I've had that happen, and I've absolutely benefited from that in many ways. So make sure that the everyday products that you're using, you're tagging them, you're promoting them, and don't look at it as, oh, I'm doing free work, because guess what? You already bought the product. They already got their money. At the end of the day, they already have their money. So, and at the end of the day, if you're going to use it anyway, why not show people that you're using how you're using it? You could be using something in a different way than everybody else that could potentially make you look unique to other people, and brands may want to see that also. So make sure that you are just basically sharing things. And I think Instagram stories is probably like one of the best places to do that, because it's just so easy to do things, and now that everyone is able to use links, it's just easier to share products and recommend things on YouTube, Instagram stories. My next tip is going to be optimize your bio. And this is mostly referring to Instagram. Optimize your bio on Instagram. Let people know that you're a content creator. Let people know that you are looking to work. Make sure that your email is in your bio. A lot of time people put their email in like a little link or something. Most of the time brands are not going to click on that. They would rather just have the information right there, email you, or even if you don't have your email in there, make sure that you have the little contact button with your email there, so that people aren't having to click on your little, what's that called? People don't want to be clicking on your bio site or on your LTK or whatever it is and having to go through, you know, 10 different links in order to find your email. That's not what brands want. They want people, they want to be quick. They want, click it, I can email this person and reach out to them. So optimize your bio. Make sure people know it is exactly what it is that you do. Make sure that your brand pillars are very clear within your bio, what you represent, the people that you are trying to reach. So my bio on Instagram, I believe it says, let me pull it up actually. So my bio says your affordable style goals, because that is what I do. I do content mostly on affordable fashion brands. Glam girl, because as you can see, your girl is snatched, okay? I love me some glam. Mom and wife, so that lets brands know that I have a family. So if I have brands that reach out to me, one of the brands that I've worked with is BJ's Wholesale. So they are pretty much like a wholesale food distributor. Think Costco, Sam's Club, if you're not familiar with what BJ's Wholesale is. So that is one of the brands that I've worked with recently, and I did do content with my family in there, so that let brands know that I was, you know, I have a family. And then it says shop with me in my stories. So shop with me in my stories is basically, a lot of times I will do a this or that type of thing where I show clothes that, you know, I've been looking at on the internet, as far as like, I'll show like all different types of booths that I've been looking at, and I'll have my followers vote on exactly which ones they like, and then of course I give the links to the items that I'm showing, and it's just something fun, something engaging for my audience, and something that I absolutely love to do, because it kind of like quenches my little shopping thirst without actually having to spend a coin. So yeah, but yeah, optimize your bio, definitely. And I also put watch my latest YouTube video, that my email is there, and watch my latest YouTube video with my latest video link in there. So pretty much everything is there that you would need to know about if you click on my page and know. And of course, if you're not following my Instagram while we are here talking about my Instagram, make sure that you are following me now. I am so much more active over there, of course, and you'll get so much more of me, so many more tips like this, so much fashion content, lifestyle content, all of that. So make sure that you are following me. I'll leave a link down below in the description, so you can just go straight to my page. Tip number 9 is a controversial tip, but it's gonna be hashtags. So hashtags do work if you are looking to reach out to brands, if you are using like local hashtags. So a lot of times, I will use like Pittsburgh content creator, because sometimes brands are looking for people within specific regions and specific cities that they want to work with on things that are coming to that city, or on campaigns for that certain region. So I do use hashtags that are very important for, as far as working with brands, as far as like local opportunities. But for the most part, I think hashtags are good for pretty much getting new eyes on your content. I don't really think that brands go and look up like affordable style. They don't go and look at stuff like that. I feel like that because, as you guys know, you can now follow hashtags, and you can look in any brand's followers and see which hashtags they are following specifically, and most brands are not following hashtags that we are following, such as like I follow like black fashion and black creatives and things like that. They're not following those, but they will go and look like, okay, we need content creators within this certain region, and they'll look up that city and see people who are tagged within that city or using certain hashtags, and that's how a lot of times they find people. So, and I know for a fact that that is how certain brands have found me living in the region that I live in, by tagging my specific region. And number 10 is going to be the last one, and it is going to be willing to do barter. I know. Y'all like, girl, you said this is for pay opportunities. Absolutely. But barter opportunities can turn into pay opportunities, okay? So say you work with a brand, they say, hey, we want to send you 5 shirts in exchange for, also, the opportunities have to make sense. So don't let somebody send you 1 shirt and ask you for 2 YouTube videos, 2 reels, 2 still photos. No, it has to make sense. So if somebody sends you like 5 shirts and they say we want a dedicated YouTube video about 10 minutes long and 1 post on your Instagram, and you're willing to do it, and it's a brand that you love to work with and that aligns with your audience and with your pillars, I say do that. But then if that brand reaches out to you again and says, hey, we really liked what you did last time, we would like to work with you again, it's time for you to slide that rate sheet across the table, okay? Slide that rate sheet across the table and say, hey, really love working with you guys too. This time I would like to have, you know, a paid opportunity. Can we discuss rates? At that point, if that brand is telling you they don't have a budget, the same old, or, you know, at this time we're not paying for it, then I would say no. But I do think that as a small creator, we do sometimes have to kind of bite the bullet and take Barter opportunities. But as I said, it needs to make sense for you. It needs to make sense for you. And if you're totally against Barter, I completely get it. Like, a couple t-shirts is not going to pay your bills. A couple t-shirts is not going to keep the lights on. You know, it's not going to feed your family. I completely get it. But I just feel like it does open a door for opportunity and for partnership within a brand if you are willing to take Barter opportunities as a smaller creator. Okay guys, so that is it for the tips that I have as far as scoring paid brand deals as a micro influencer. I really hope that these tips help you guys out. If you have any more tips, let me know down below in the comments. Also, I do want to point out that these are the things that work for me. Everybody's social media journey is different, so these things, you may have things that work differently for you, or you may not have had success with certain things that I am saying, and that is completely fine. As I said, these are the things that work for me and the things that have helped me to score my paid brand opportunities. But let's discuss down in the comments some tips that you guys think are helpful as far as scoring paid brand deals. And let me know if you guys think that this should be like a series as far as being a micro influencer, me giving you guys tips, taking you guys along on my journey of pretty much growing as a content creator. I really appreciate you guys' time. I thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.